Hey, what'd you back, guys?
We just watched Road to Perdition.
No, that one really doesn't work.
The intense action thriller.
You really need to have a second voice.
I've done a couple different ones.
Road to Perdition. Road to Perdition! Snarf, snarf.
Two fat guys and snarf. Present.
Just put them on our shoulder, jump back and forth. Snarf!
So that movie was
unexpected.
Yeah. There was a lot of things that happened in that movie that I was not anticipating.
I said early on, didn't tweet, because fuck you, I'm busy watching a movie.
It really defeats the purpose of the live tweeting, I think.
No one follows the live tweeting, so what do we care? Even like the 5 people watching these videos don't follow the live tweeting.
True. I'm not here defending the live tweeting, I'm just saying.
We did too many things, you think? Too many things.
Maybe
we did do too many things.
Well, did we do anything? Maybe we did too many things.
What the fuck was I saying? Right.
Road to Perdition.
I said early on, and didn't tweet, and that's what got me on the tangent, that it's... I don't know what I expected the plot of this movie to be, but it certainly wasn't what the plot was.
Yeah.
And also, it's a standpoint, it seems like anytime the sort of style and tone and theme of the movie would get stale, it changed into sort of a different movie.
Yeah.
Like, so first it's this sort of slow, tension building, just sort of,
typical
tense American family life, and then like, okay, and then you get to the mob stuff, like, okay, well that's what this tension was building towards, so now we're going to be in this sort of, like, tense mob scenario with the son knowing about the dad, and then they pretty quickly get into, like, the mob attacks back, and they're on the run.
Then it's like, oh shit, like...
Then they're on the run and hiding, it's very, afraid.
And then it becomes a revenge story.
Yep. And then it becomes a wacky...
then it becomes a wacky heist movie.
Yeah, with a boy... father and his son, wacky heist movie.
Yeah, with like a 12-year-old getaway driver learning how to drive so he can be the getaway driver, which that sequence is great.
Don't worry.
Yeah, he's like leaving the bank after robbing the place, and
this car
stands out there and
creeps in the frame.
Just so slow.
Once it gets to the window, it's like,
and then you can see like the little kid's head just barely poking up over the window. It's pretty good, and Tom Hanks, as always, is phenomenal. But holy Jesus, the cast for this movie,
right? It's like anyone, Hollywood people, you're all on this set. Just put on these old timey clothes and film a couple scenes for us.
Stanley Tucci,
boom.
Daniel Craig,
boom.
Jude Law,
bomb.
Paul Newman. Paul Newman in his last film role.
Paul Newman.
Dylan Baker, who no one knows but me.
The internet might know.
The internet might know.
Anyone can just Google that on their Google boxes up there.
Who else?
No one else. This is a 5-person movie.
Kevin Chamberlain. Broadway's Horton the Elephant. But yeah, and they all turn in amazing performances. Just everyone's really done, and the kid was great.
Yeah, that kid was very good.
Yeah, I mean, he better be. He beat like 2,000 other kids. So we found the one good child actor next to Freddie Highmore.
Freddie Highmore is fucking a weirdo. Like, how was he that good as a kid?
Right?
Kids aren't that good.
He shows up on sets like, oh yeah, Johnny Depp, I guess you're an okay actor. Like, what? How?
You're not talking to him. I just watched that happen. He's very good. Yeah, that's why you should see August Rush. Because
I know.
It's a lot of him and Robin Williams and music.
Yeah, I don't know why I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, the movie's really good.
Yeah, I really like the setting. I'm a sucker for turn of the century period piece set in 1931, so it's right in the good Prohibition era. I'm a big fan of that, sort of as a setting, as a backdrop. I'm a big fan of Cinderella Man, a lot of movies like that. I like Public Enemies about as much as I could. It has some issues, but I mean, I still enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed it about as much as I think you can, like allowing for its flaws. So I really enjoyed this movie. Like, I was sold from being like, all right, I'll give this movie a solid chance, and then just like I said, it really kept it fresh. All those little twists and all the changes in sort of the theme and the tone of it really kept it fresh.
I'm curious. I kind of want to look into the graphic novel for this that it was based on. at first, like for the first, like in the first couple cycles of tones, I was like, I really struggling to see how this was a graphic novel. And then as it kind of went on, there was a few other scenes that even just the way they were done seemed like very Watchmen-esque, where they were like clearly like, hey, remember this panel? Or at least it seemed that way. It was very intentionally framed shots that were very reminiscent of a lot of graphic novels that I've seen. And I'm kind of curious to what the differences are between those, especially because apparently Jude Law's character, who was kind of the
Chekhov's gunman.
Yeah, he was one of the primary antagonists. He was kind of the most like physical presence of the antagonist there. He was like a hitman assassin after them. That character is completely original to the movie. And considering how important he is to the plot, I wonder if they had just a different character filling those roles and they just totally changed the characterization, or if they kind of moved a lot of stuff around. Because it easily could have been Daniel Craig's character as well.
Yeah, I'm interested to see just how it works as a graphic novel. Because I imagine I can see it just being like this good story with a breathtaking artist like doing it, and then just like who the fuck cares what's going on? Look how beautiful this is. Because that would get you through sort of the beginning, sort of slower tension building moments. I think a lot better. Like if it looks good, then who the fuck cares?
That, and even in a graphic novel setting, you can get through a lot of that early stuff with like kind of narration sort of dialogue.
Although I think I would really, I think you can get some good like pages without dialogue, like the drive.
Oh yeah.
When they go into the first interrogation that the kid sees, the first shakedown or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I imagine just doing the drive there, just a lot of silence and like them getting out and like them taking out their cases and things.
Yeah, like a lot of panels.
Yeah, a lot of panels over 3 or 4 pages that would build sort of like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? Oh shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd be interested to read the graphic novel, but I'm not reading it.
Not yet. I don't have too much more to say about this movie. It's weird.
I think we need more time to digest. It's
and I want to actually like legitimately avoid spoilers for this movie. We have not shied away from spoilers in a lot of these other videos, but I mean, there's not really too much I want to discuss about the kind of plot points toward the end that I think people should see. Like I really want to recommend this movie now. I don't want to be like, oh, and this was at the end when this happened.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of where I'm kind of done saying things about that. I recommend that movie. It's definitely a departure from the rest of our marathon.
That's kind
of in a nice way.
Towards the end, we get a lot of nice variety. Because we had the history of violence, and then we had they had the watch. Well, it was what after that? History of violence.
Went into Batman Begins.
Yeah, and then we had the Watchmen. Then Superman 4.
Quest for Peace. Yeah.
Quest for Peace.
Yeah, then this, and then coming up next we have Dark Knight.
Yeah. Then we go into Stardust.
Which I
love that movie, and it's a solid departure from the rest of this marathon.
Yeah.
Like, nothing's even close to that movie.
And I don't know why, but I was like, well, Red, but no.
Why? Because it has a serious actor being hilarious.
Because it's just awesome. Like it's the kind of movie that just fills me with joy when I watch it.
It's true, man. When I watched it, I was like, this is the fucking perfect movie.
Yeah. It's very Stardust is very Princess Bridey in that manner.
Mm-hmm.
Where this is just a fun, awesome movie.
It's like Neil Gaiman saw Princess Bride. He's like, I can do that. Done. Jesus. On a plane ride or something. Just
I wrote this in an hour. It's a 2-hour movie. How did you do that?
I do enjoy one of his stories, Neil Gaiman's stories. He did write on a plane ride. It was this sort of thing that was kicking around in his head. It's a very short story. It's like 3 or 4 pages. But he's like, yeah, let's kick around. So one time on a plane ride, I sat down and I wrote it out from start to finish. And
creative people.
It's one of my favorite stories of his. About other people. It's fun. But so we have The Dark Knight, which I'm looking forward to. I really like The Dark Knight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. We're building up to Dark Knight Rises and all that, but I have seen this fairly recently.
Yeah, see, I have not. I've not seen. I've not actually. I've seen bits of it recently. I've seen bits of it during this year. I've not sat down and watched any major chunk of it since probably last summer.
I mean, it's still great. I mean, I'm always up for watching it again. But I'm more looking forward to Stardust, Superman Returns, V for Vendetta.
Mm-hmm.
V for Vendetta, which I'm pretty sure I haven't seen since it was in theaters. Possibly the same for Superman Returns.
I've seen both of those since I've been in theaters. So,
It's weird as I own both of those.
Well, your dad owns Superman Returns.
The family unit owns Superman Returns.
One family unit. So
see Road to Perdition.
Or don't.
No. See it.
You have to. It's a musical.